नमस्कार। और्ष की इस व्याख्यान श्रृंखला में आपका स्वागत है और आज एक बहुत ही संगीन विषय के ऊपर हम चर्चा करने जा रहे हैं। विषय है, क्या नेताजी ने विवाह किया था? डिड नेताजी सुभाष चंद्र बोस मैरी? डिड ही हैव एनी चिल्ड्रन? तरह तरह की अटकलें इस पे लगाई जाती रही और सबसे पहले इस बारे में चर्चा की गई अप्रैल 1948 में बनारस से कांग्रेसियों का एक अखबार निकलता था, सनमार्ग। उस अखबार में यह कहा गया कि नेताजी हैड ए सन 8 years old और किसी यूरोपियन लेडी से उन्होंने शादी की थी। और जब इस पे हंगामा हुआ कि भाई अगर 8 साल का उनका सन है, ही हैज एन 18-year-old सन, तो 1940 में नेताजी कहां थे? 1940 में तो भारत में थे और प्रेगनेंसी को भी 9 महीने चाहिए होते हैं। तो वो स्टोरी किल हो गई इन तथ्यों का जवाब जब मांगा गया था। और वो भी कैसे किल हुई, एंड व्हाट हैपेंड आफ्टर दैट, and how the new story came of Netaji having a daughter. We have with us Dr. Madhusudan Pal from Calcutta, a renowned surgeon who has published this book also, Decoding Marriage Stories of Netaji by Dr. M.S. Paul. And Dada, this book was published in the year
1 year back.
2020 October,
yes.
The first edition came, and I'm very sure that when this book came out, there must have been a lot of hue and cry,
Yes,
and all. And because, as you will apprise me better, because you have done all research on this, that initially Sarath Chandra Bose, the elder brother of Netaji and his mentor, he never agreed to this marriage or child or these stories and all, and it was only after much later that these things went into it. So,
and Sarath Bose died in 1950.
1950, and so my feeling is that firstly I'll ask you, what made you work on this story? That whether Netaji married or not married, or whether Emily is his
Because
wife.
number one, the life style of Subhash Chandra, his philosophy and dedication to the country is such that, as I feel, marriage is not possible for him, because these contradictions of these newspapers, the first initiator in me to go into depth on this subject, initiator. And also my seniors who has dedicated their whole life, someone has dedicated 60 years in this subject, 70 years in this subject, my seniors. I am a disciple of them in this subject. Like Sunil Gupta, Shamar Guho, R.C. Majumdar,
Pavitra
Mohan Rai. How can I go in a different way? They are the direct persons of Subhash Bose. Leela Rai. I am following that footsteps. I am doing nothing new. I am just following their footsteps.
So what you started doing in that when you started research?
Then this is on Netaji, many angles are there, research on readings. Then I saw that in 1951, again this Sonmargo from Benares publishing another headline. Headline is Subhash Chandra married. He has got a daughter and age is 8 years.
Again 8 years?
Again 8 years.
In 51?
Yes, because they are adjusting their mistake, mathematical mistake. And shown where is the problem, as this area is explained by Suresh Chandra Bose, senior brother of Subhash Chandra himself, that they are afraid of the boy, because if boy is brought to India, the people of India's common people has a tendency to see the match of the face of the boy and Subhash. They will find no match, then they will hue and cry. the story will collapse. Then they have to bring a daughter. If the daughter comes in the picture, none will demand.
You can say mother's features are there.
Mother's features are there, something else. They will not demand that's matching. That is the conspiracy area. That is told directly by Suresh Chandra Bose, who was a judge, and also that very person who was the writer of the dissentient report, parallel to Shahnawaz Khan committee. That his handwriting that is in my book, where he is telling that my brother has not died and my brother is not married. This is a conspiracy of Nehru.
I want to know one thing here, Dada. There is a letter which is shown. A letter by Bose to Saradda.
Yes.
Saying that I have to inform you that the exact words I don't remember, but I have to inform you that I married so and so during that period and accept him as the family and take care of her and
yes.
all that.
I am giving you the background of manufacturing the letter.
Okay.
It's a very big background.
Very interesting to hear.
Very big background. Remember, this letter is drafted as if Subhash Chandra is writing this letter from Berlin, 8th February.
8th April.
8th February.
No, when he's in the submarine,
8th February. Look, the 8th February, which they are showing, which Shishir Bose group is showing, 8th February.
Dada, I think it is 8th April because he went into the...
No, April is the April linked to... no.
He went into the submarine on 3rd April.
I'll tell you details. Yes, those dates are coming. This is 8th February. 8th February. 8th February. Yes. 8th February.
8th February.
Yes.
I'd just like to check out the date.
Yes. 8th, 1943. This is Bengali. This is English translation by the ambassador. 8th February.
Okay.
Keep it here. 8th February, as if Subhas is writing from Berlin.
Okay.
And as if this is kept in the hand of Emily. But think of the situation. Where was Subhas Chandra on 8th February 1943? 8th February, Subhash Chandra is in the submarine, in the deep sea. Because
submarine
in Berlin. Now come to the history. Bose has a tendency, all his life, he will publish the facts long after the execution of the event.
That's right, because many letters were left when he left Calcutta, written in the name of people.
I'm giving you the example. Actually, the world knew that Bose went out, has left in mystery in 26 January 1941. Actually, Bose has left the house of Elgin Road just 12th or 13th that time. But when he was safe in Afghanistan, the news is dispatched. When the Bose is outside the clutches,
and he left some letters also.
Yes, the tendency for safety.
Right.
Similarly, when Bose left Germany for submarine, the news were casted to the outer side that Bose has left for the submarine on 8th. That collected by these conspirators, and they framed this letter in such a way as if before going out for safety of this daughter or son, he has written the letter. Actually, if you go into the documents, I will see some historians previously was telling that Bose left Berlin on 8th, but subsequently the researchers is telling no, long before that. Some are telling 5th. But last research is done by Russian scholars after Perestroika, because still today his journey out of Europe into Southeast is still a mystery to both Russians and Americans and Britishers. On searching the last documents in Berlin, they are seeing Bose left soil of Berlin on or before 3rd February 1943.
That Abid is also corroborated now. They left
43, because they have to leave Berlin soil and go to that sacred place, that submarine place where they have to acclimatize their body. They have to be acclimatized in the body for few days there, then into submarine.
No, it can't be that you just jump in the submarine.
You cannot jump into submarine.
And particularly those type of submarine
Yes,
U-boats which are
yes. That's why they are confused.
No, but my question, Dada, here is now.
That is forged letter.
No, I agree. But the question is the handwriting of this letter.
Yes, this handwriting is not matching with the handwriting of Subhash Chandra Bose.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am sure. I have challenged them in a court.
Okay.
But they are telling in the court that is our personal family property.
Or they won't show that.
And that original they will not show. They will, in original they will not show.
You see.
And they are telling.
This is very,
this is our
person. That Netaji is not the personal property of any family. Netaji belongs to the nation. He belongs to the country. And about Netaji, if some false thing is being propagated, whether it is true or wrong, and if they can put that to a handwriting expert to prove it that it is Netaji's letter, then it is a different matter. But the very refusal now shows one thing, that the next generation within the family sold out to the idea of Nehru.
And they are advocate in the court telling this is the personal family property of Bose family. And naturally, in a civil case, court cannot compel. Well, they are, and in our legal system, the judges accept it. Personal family property. And moreover, important document of the declassified files of our foreign mission in Vienna, declassified by this government long after this formation. You see, what is the mother of this Emily? Who is the mother of this Emily? Have you seen this? Name is the original Emily. Name is Emily Caroline Sankel.
Okay.
And
the mother of Anita Bose.
Anita.
Anita's mother.
Mother, original name of the mother of Anita, as in the earliest papers in our file of mission, where this Emily has requested our Indian mission in Vienna to accept this girl as the daughter of Subhash Chandra Bose.
Okay.
For this money and all these things, prayers.
Fine.
There the mother's name is Emily Caroline Sankel.
Okay.
How the Caroline name came? Where from?
Okay.
And the birth certificate in the original one, as given here, is the type at that time given to abandoned childs and illegal childs.
Okay.
Illegal childs in lakhs was produced at the end of the Great War by the American soldiers raped many.
We have those stories.
1 lakh a child. Ki bole? What they tell? The illegal child. They called is a bastard child.
No, but when is this certificate? Which date is this certificate of Anita Bose's birth?
They are showing the birth of December 1942.
But but when is the certificate issued?
Certificate subsequently, long after that. I'm seeing.
You mean long after that?
Long after that.
So that certificate itself becomes a question mark of the day.
Yes.
Because anyone can go.
Yes.
And if a certificate
because
is to be issued
this is not a direct. This is not a direct birth certificate from the hospital.
Okay.
This is a certificate on certificate, as if someone making a certificate, not the original hospital certificate.
Okay.
And that certificate,
and not even the original certificate of the city registration body or something.
Some registration office, not of the hospital.
Not of the hospital.
That hospital record is missing.
No, registration office, so one can give an affidavit.
Yes,
and one can
in that way. And the type of the birth certificate in those days in Germany was given to the bastard childs. Okay. It is a bastard child certificate.
Okay.
Yes.
The language of that and all.
Yes. This type.
Can you read me this certificate?
Yes.
To our audience.
Yes. Vice Consul. Yes. Mother's name is Emily Caroline Sankel. Emily Caroline Sankel. Yes, Emily Caroline Sankel. This is the certificate, German language. You see, Emily Caroline Sankel, address, and here she is shown as a post office worker.
Okay, and no father's name is given in this.
No father's name. No father's name.
And what is the date of issue of this certificate?
This is in somewhere in somewhere long after. Emily Caroline Sankel, and his occupation, he is the worker in a post office.
Okay.
And father's name, there is a gap.
Okay.
And he sees here a Catholic. The Emily is Catholic.
Okay.
Catholic. Okay, this is the original birth certificate, Anita, in German language. Please see the mother's Emily Caroline Sankel, no father's name.
Okay, but I wanted to see the date on this, you see. That what is the date issued? It is somewhere 1942.
Yes.
28 September 1942. This is issued. Now, can this be verified that in 1942 September, this Emily Caroline Schenkel is the same woman who was with Bose earlier as the secretary?
If you tell so, other records was the secretary originally of Bhulabhai, originally actually Subhash Chandra, maintenance of a secretary in Europe is very costly affair. Subhash Chandra could not. Actually, Emily was the secretary of the senior brother of Patel, Vithalbhai Patel.
Oh,
Vittal Patel is a very costly man, and that Vittal Patel donated so much money on will.
Okay.
And it was this was a different story, but Junior Patel, that Villabhai Patel did not allow Subhash Chandra to use that money by using a case in court.
And that is Dada, you have quoted,
yes,
a copy of Sharad Bose reply to
Ramgoti Ganguly, that you ignore these facts, ignore these stories.
Ignore these
stories. Ignore these
Sharad Bose saying.
Sharad Bose later.
Sharad Bose saying he ignored these stories of Bose marriage.
Yes.
After meeting Emily and.
No, this is 1948.
1948.
48.
48 he is touring.
Then he went to Europe. Okay. Even after coming to India back, his voice is being published in newspapers of that time, where he is telling all these stories are false. Ignore all these things. Ignore all these things.
So you mean that Sharad Bose never believed in his lifetime?
No, never.
That this marriage had taken place.
Had it been so, see, he was the number one person to arrange for some money for this two girl and mother.
But the money and all was arranged by Nehru.
Subsequently, long after 60s.
Yeah, after. No, I think it started from
middle of 50s, 55, something like that. But Sharad Bose never did it. Moreover, there are three MLAs. Come to this mystery. One is Emily Sankel, who was the secretary of the Vithalbhai Patel,
okay,
and subsequent part-time secretary of Subhash Bose, typist for that volume,
okay,
Indian Struggle.
Okay.
Other is Emily Caroline Sankel, you see.
Okay, number two.
Third is Emily Sankel of Czechoslovakia,
okay,
who is working for Subhash Bose in Europe.
In Europe. She is also working.
Czechoslovakia, yes. Because he has to use many ladies in different parts of Europe.
Okay.
And naturally, he was in a position, he has to acquaint many ladies, many sacred persons with each other, so that they can work together for Subhash Chandra, who is in India now.
You see, there is another aspect in this now, since you have mentioned there are three Emily Shaggy.
Mrs. Woods. Woods from Ireland, he is working for Subhash Bose.
Okay. Now there are three Emily Shaggles. There is also a version said that Emily Schemmel was a Gestapo person who was kept with Bose to report on Bose and Bose actions to the Germans.
Bose
action to the Germans.
Maybe you are trying to indicate that one was a spy.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Kept an eye on Bose.
Maybe.
Acting as a secretary.
Maybe.
Now you tell me one thing. Where did you find
but one thing, you see, this Anita is using what surname?
Bose she is using.
No. From records you see, whenever he is in America or in Europe, he is always using Anita Brizetti Pup. Anita Brizetti, now Pup after marriage.
Okay.
Where from this Brizetti came?
Who is this Brizetti?
Who is this Brizetti? Always, only when he enters the airport of Calcutta or Delhi, he becomes Bose and takes a sari. And outside always European dress and always Anita Brizetti Pup.
So
Brizetti.
In what name are his original passport? Does anyone know that?
Yes, my seniors has told me the original passport in 1960, so when she came as a girl before marriage, her name was Anita Brizetti. And Brizetti surname has come from a colonel.
From a?
Colonel.
Okay.
Army colonel, who was instrumental in signing all papers. Otherwise, Emily was very helpless.
Okay.
To admit in any school, the girl in any school without a father, without a legal signature guardian, she could not admit this girl anywhere.
Okay.
That's the Colonel Brizetti was persuaded for some reasons to donate his surname as Brizetti. That's why Anita Brizetti.
Okay. And one reason for her even being shy
Today Anita Brizetti.
Used as Bose in America and all. You see,
Yes,
I was just wondering on
yes.
one statement of hers.
Brizetti.
She became very active during this period when it was declared that the statue will be installed at India Gate and all. And she made a statement. My father, he supported the Germans and all, which was not the right thing to do. And I was very upset at that.
Yes.
You were not even born at that time when Bose takes a decision. And you are challenging the decision of the greatest revolutionary of India, who kicked out British from this country. That he did a wrong thing without even understanding. I don't know whether she has read his speeches and her views on Germany. Without even knowing that he was not going to Germany.
In Europe and everywhere, if you go through the internet, her name is always Professor Dr. Anita Brizetti Pup.
Anita Brizetti Pup.
By prints are there in the volume.
Okay.
Brizetti Pup. They were using Bose.
And now somewhere it says Anita
B Pup.
So B can be for Brizetti, B can be for Bose also.
Only here in Bengal, in India is B, Bose.
Okay. That's interesting. So you have pointed a very interesting thing, because this is a controversy which is there, and I think will remain there also, because each side has its.
And moreover, if you enter into that papers, the newspaper cuttings of Southeast Asia of the war time, there the pressman is asking Bose in press conferences, Bose, when you will marry?
When you will marry, not only that, I will never suspect a word written by Bose.
Yes, to the Tokyo Cadets.
Tokyo Cadets.
Yes, that is given in my volume.
Bose,
that's later.
See how emotionally he was attached to
the
Tokyo Cadets.
Yes.
That at 3 in the morning he is writing letters to them, and where he clearly states, I don't have any children. You are much more to me
and more and more interesting thing, I will finish, it will be becoming longer. If you go into the documents of Netaji Research Bureau, initially in a case in the Calcutta High Court, Shishir Bose deposed in Calcutta High Court in writing that his uncle was married in year 1942.
42.
Yes.
Okay.
But you see, their own publications, other supported publications, they are like Shekhar Bose in a famous volume, Bose's Sahodharmini. There, Shekhar Bose went to Vienna with blessings from these Boses, and after coming here wrote the volume, marriage volume. There the marriage year is 1941. Even Gordon's volume, that big volume, Bose brothers, big volume, written on the papers from Netaji Research Bureau, there the marriage year is 1941. Again, in 97, when they are publishing the 7th volume of Netaji writings, in the introductions, this Shishir Bose and his brother Sugato Bose is writing, Subhash Chandra was married to Emily's uncle in 28th December 1937.
You see, this is very interesting because the different dates of letters, different dates of certificates, the gaps in certificates, the 3 Emily Sheffield, the kind of names Anita has been using as Anita B. Puff and Anita B. All Brizetti and all those stuff. And going by Netaji's own statements, I think as an Indian, I'll believe more Netaji's statement, which is given in 1944, that I have no children, rather than going by anyone else making any other claims.
And
Namaskar, thank you.